In Weather and Wallets, when an earthquake or a flood strikes, it's possible your insurance policy might not cover the damage to your property. Here with tips on getting the best insurance is Chlora Lindley-Myers, president of the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. Thanks for being here. And you are actually finding that people who live outside of Alaska, Hawaii, and the West Coast should be concerned about earthquakes. There have been more than 100 major quakes so far this year. What do people need to know?
Absolutely. Earthquake or any of the perils can happen no matter where you are. So in the United States or internationally, frankly. And so you want to make sure that you are properly covered for the specific perils that might occur in your general area. And so it's not just a West Coast issue. That might be where, it's more prolific in the past, but right now all of these maladies and specific perils are happening all over and at the same time, as you've mentioned.
If a disaster does strike, who pays for the damage? And what happens if you have insurance or do not have insurance?
Well, if you have insurance, you certainly have help in paying for these particular perils because, hopefully you have insured yourself, to value and making sure that you have that coverage. But if you don't have any insurance, then you're the one that has to pay. If you have a mortgage, it is very, very important that, if you didn't have any insurance, you still owe on that particular mortgage. And so you want to make sure that you do have help in securing your finances and making sure that your property is properly secured.
What advice would you give to somebody who says they just can't afford that additional insurance? It's too expensive.
My advice is to consult your local agent or your insurance company, depending on your particular area, because they can add, particular gap insurance, which is relatively inexpensive in the end. And so you could save a lot of headaches, frankly, if you try to get some coverages by talking to an available agent or broker or your insurance department. You can certainly get on NAIC.org in order to discern what might be helpful for you.
Well, thank you for all of your information today.
Thank you so much for having me, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.